Well, hello there everybody. This is Barry's Best Hunting. I'm Mike and I do bees. Specifically today, swarm boxes. Here we are once again at an undisclosed location in Tangipahoa Parish. Can't tell y'all where it's at. We're a good ways out here and it's time to start messing with swarm boxes. It's a day after the inspections I did, not inspections, well I guess I inspected, when I did the box reversals that didn't turn into many box reversals. And seeing what I saw in those, I want to go ahead and get swarm boxes out now. It is the 12th of February. It's a beautiful morning. It's 50 right now. Started off at about 34 and got the stuff loaded for the market and then threw my swarm boxes that I prepared last night for this event. And got them ready to go because I figure I want to go ahead and get them out here now and get the scouts to go ahead and get the scouts or any foragers out there kind of knowing where they're at. I put one up on top of the hill, which was the first time last year I did that here. I never had two here, but I put one up on the hill and one down here where I've been putting one for years. I get good queens out of here. That's the one that fell down last year because I left it for 2 weeks and it got so heavy so fast. But I reinforced the board this time. And the one down here I've always caught great queens. Both of them have been good queens, very dark queens, and seem to be good bees. So I just stick to these. I know what they seem to be as far as genetic goes and how well they do. I don't put a lot out. I used to put a lot of boxes out, but now I don't really put that many out. I'll put 2 out a year. Those are backups, just fun to catch swarms anyway. And I seem to catch enough swarms on swarm calls. So let me get busy and show you what I'm doing here this year. I'm reverting back to something I did at the very beginning when I set swarm boxes because I was hard-headed for a few years. I'm really still hard-headed, but it's that I've come to my senses a little bit. You know, I fixed something that wasn't broke. So here we are, old trusty, old faithful. This box, I've been using this actual box for a long time. This is new on here, and the top is new. This is the very original one. Look at there. Got a nail through there to keep birds out. These boards are coming off. This thing has caught bees every single year for 9 years. Every single year. Sometimes twice in a year. I've caught 2 swarms in it. All right. So let's see, what am I doing this year? It's different. Okay, so what I would normally do, first year I ever went into this, I had it all filled with frames. I had I had no drawn comb, of course. I had a couple foundations, and I had some frames with, whoops, can't find one, with starter strips. Okay, I'm going back to that. What I did, I caught swarms for a couple years, maybe 3 years, using starter strips, maybe 2 years, I don't know. And then when I got drawn comb, I would put some nasty old drawn comb in. And then I got away from doing them, and I would put like 3 or 4, maybe 5 frames in here like I did last year. And I would bank on getting out in time to not let them build too much comb. And they'd always have comb near the front. Because I'm telling you, if there was empty space, they would build there first. They would not build on any foundation or drawn comb or anything. They'd always build there first. And I tell you, that was... why did I keep doing that? I kept saying each year I'm gonna do something different so I don't have to do cutouts, because I never got out here in time to get them. So I said last year after doing it, I said I need, especially I'm way out, I'm a long ways. I said I need to do this the right way. I need to do it the right way. Go back to starter strips, because look, I got plenty of drawn comb. I can fill the box up, and I'll explain that. I can fill it up, but I don't want to spend that much drawn comb. I'm gonna need, as you've seen from reversal, I'm gonna need drawn comb. After another couple weeks, I'm going to let these bees continue to eat more honey, but then I'm going to need to go in and put drawn comb in. I need drawn comb for my splits. You know, I like having a lot of drawn comb. I don't want to put it out here in the woods to sit. So I got some old wax mothy stuff that I saved back that's not going to be too valuable to me, and put that in here. Now, the reason I have so many of these right here is what I've been told and what I have read a little bit about here and there from folks is if you fill this thing with foundation, that's like a blockage to them. They look at that and that thing is full. There's no room in there for them. They want open, empty space. So you can either put all drawn comb in here and show them that, hey, there's an established place that's got some comb they can start working on, or you can give them just a bunch of wide open space. Well, if you give them wide open space, you're going to build comb. If you just rely on the frames, I've learned that doesn't work either. So what I did years ago was put starter strips in, and for the most part, they stay on it. For the most part. So what I do is I cut some old wax strips, gives them a guide, I take my my electric skillet, I take a little plastic spoon, I just dip a little about and pour it in here, and it puts these in here nice and firm, and they don't go anywhere. So what that does now is that gives them plenty, and I'll put the combs like this toward the back. Put some old stinky wax moth comb. They love this smell. See, I'll pull some of that old junk out. Wax moths, these have been frozen, they're dead. The wax moths are gone, and we don't have to worry about wax moths too much right now. With the freezing mornings and the freezing we've had, they've subsided now. They won't start attacking this. We'll catch a swarm before they attack it, I'll put it that way. We'll put this in there. That gives us a smelly comb. There's that. Then we'll give them some open space. Now they've got all open space. They can build to their heart's content. Let's go down here and I'll show you how I bait it. Change of plans. Why go down there and bait it when I can bait it up here? I don't know what I was thinking. I always bait it before I leave the truck. How do I bait my swarm boxes? Alrighty, now every year, I will say this, every year with these videos, I get more of, hey, this is what you should have done, than I do any videos of anything I do. I really do. I get a lot of advice on swarm trapping. When you find something that works, you don't change it. You just keep doing it. And I found something that works. Lemongrass. Now I'm gonna get told, swarm commander, swarm commander. Guess what? I have some of that too. So let's talk about that in my dealings and how I catch swarms. So my YouTube channel has been around a couple years now. This is my 3rd season of it, and the last 2 years I have been told I need to use Swarm Commander. On my 1st season I didn't use it. I don't believe I did. I've only used Swarm Commander since when did I buy it? I bought it at the Louisiana Bee Convention, actually. Yeah, so it's only been, well, I guess it has been 2 years. Nonetheless, I have not used Swarm Commander much at all. And I have found in my swarm catching deal, it ain't better. I haven't noticed a difference. I've caught the same amount of swarms. Matter of fact, the first year I used it, I did just Swarm Commander in some boxes and just lemongrass in others. Caught the same amounts. Caught each time. Nothing bigger, nothing smaller. Same thing. Smells the same. I guess they say there's some nasonov gland stuff in it, or pheromone rather, whatever in it. I don't know. I don't know. But what I know, this is still the same bottle I bought. It'll be the last bottle I buy because I'm not going to pay $30 for something. Now, I'm not trying to bash Swarm Commander. You guys are using it. By all means, keep using because you found something that works. You know it works. You're confident in it. But hey, if I know something is surely working, I'm going to keep doing it. So that's why I won't pay $30 for it. Not when I can pay $5 for this. And this works. It works just fine. So I know everybody's going to tell me I need Swarm Commander. I got some. What I would say to me that I think is good about this is the spray. You can spray it. What's nice about that is I don't have to open the box to freshen the trap in 2.5, 3 weeks. Swarm Commander tells you to do it every week on the bottle. I don't. Lemongrass, I don't freshen it but every 2.5 weeks or so, 3 weeks. But what is nice is you can just take this, go spray it on the entrance and walk away. Or even if you do want to open it, pop top shut, just a pop in the corner and you're done. And it's also good, I guess, catching swarms out of trees and stuff. If you shake them down to you can do a quick spritz in the corner without breaking out the drops. So there is some advantages to it, but not $30 worth for me. For me, guys, I'm not bashing it at all. It definitely works. There is no doubt about it. It works. But so does lemongrass. So that's why, before everybody tells me what I'm supposed to be using, I know. I've heard it. I've heard it all. I use it. I've seen people that use it. Hey, I'm good with it. I'm not saying it's a bad product. Just saying it's not what I'm going to keep using once it's out. It's just because I'm cheap. So how do I bait it? Well, let's see. I tell you what. I take a baggie, and I got a shop towel that's durable. All right, and I take some of this lemongrass. Now I have been told that I use too much lemongrass oil. Again, what works for you, keep using. It's been working for me. So I take about 10 drops. All right, that was 11, I think. I stick it in this baggie. I'm not being ugly, folks. I'm joking, because to me it is kind of. I like suggestions. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I had people tell me I was doing it wrong, and I didn't like that, because I'm not doing a how-to video. This is how I do it, and it's worked. That's why. I zip this about halfway, and make sure that stays open like that, and I stick it in here. I lay it on the floor. I tell you something else I used to use is Man Lake baits. Those work good too. Those little capsules, and you just staple that to the side. But I don't buy those anymore either, because this works with this right here. That and lemongrass has just not failed me. Oh, something else I did I forgot to do because I was caught up. And I take this here, and I usually rub a little lemongrass on the entrance right here. See my boards coming off? Then I put it in there. I usually rub it on the outside, but I'm gonna use Swarm Commander on the outside, because I got it. So again, halfway zipped, and you'll see this on all my old videos too. That's just how I do it. The only thing I've changed is filling the box up with starter strips. Lay it on the bottom. You can smell the lemongrass oil. We're good to go. That's it. I got 2 drawn there, 1 drawn there, and the rest is space. So now they see a bunch of empty space. Something else people do, they take a Q-tip, put a little lemongrass on each end, and they shove it in a straw. And that straw keeps it moist for a couple weeks, and they lay that straw in there. That works good too. Nice thing with the straw idea is you can just come out here with a new one the next week, take that same straw, throw it in the hole. You'll have a few straws in the bottom, but that doesn't hurt nothing. Now here's where I will use this. I'll take this and I'll just, there we go. That's it. Now I can haul it down here. I gotta haul it down here because I can't drive to where I'm going. It's wet. And where I'm at, I don't need to get stuck. I'll readjust this when I get up there. This old box. Old trusty box falling apart on me. Alright, let's go down and let's throw it in a tree. I already got a nail down there, but I'll carry a hammer and nail just in case something has happened. So for those that have been following my videos, you might recognize this from the last time we were here. Actually mowed a little bit. But there down by that pond is where I put it. Well, that's a little bit of a walk, not far. Maybe 100 yards at the most. But it gets a little soupy and swampy, but it looks like it's been mowed and it's dried up pretty well and drained. So, we're gonna go down here and see, can we start getting some scouts interested in our box. Alrighty, this is our spot right here in this tree. A little bit wet right here. A nice little pond, good fish in there. Alright, let's see. Our nail is still up there. Here's another key to successful swarm boxes, I believe, is there's been bees in it before. Propolis all on there. I don't ever scrape all that off. I don't clean my swarm boxes except to get any residual wax moth stuff out of it that may have collected from last fall. Other than that, I leave every bit of propolis. Burr comb that doesn't get in the way or doesn't cause them to want to draw on the lid or anything like that. Leave it in there. Smell, smell, smell. Something else I learned, if it involves a ladder, it's too high. My opinion. Not getting, I can, where I can reach it or put the hook, that's as high as I'm gonna go. As high as I can hammer the nail by standing on the ground. No reason to go high. No reason to get up on a ladder to where you're out in the woods all by yourself. Now, this is a tip. This is a tip because this is safety. And I believe this, and I've heard this from many older beekeepers. So I am going to say this as not a how-to, but this is a tip. Don't get way up on something where you're out in the woods by yourself, and it's no different than deer hunting without a strap in a deer stand. You know, in a latch-on stand or something where you're having to climb. And you do not want to be out here and land on the ground and be immobilized out here in the woods where nobody can get to you and you can't reach your phone or something like that. No reason. That's caught bees every single year. Every year. Good bees. The one I'm going to caught them last year. The one across the road caught them. The one in Livingston caught them. And I've never gotten on a ladder. I backed the truck up to a tree just to make it easier, but still I could reach that nail with my hand. So if I can stand on the ground and nail from here, it's as high as it'll go because I can reach it with the box. That's a valuable tip. And look, we can get away with doing things year after year after year and not get hurt. But then that one time, that's all it takes. And I'm just at an age now where I guess wisdom has taken over, and it's no reason. I don't see. I've had bees moving the boxes that are sitting a foot off the ground in my barn. I've had them move into a swarm trap last year. I think I have a video on that where they moved into a box that was sitting on the ground, one of the old swarm boxes, in the barn. Went in the barn, flew in it. No reason to get up high in a tree. Nah, I don't. That I disagree with. I don't think there's any good data to back up the fact that you have to climb way high up to put a swarm box up. Nah. All right, enough on my rant. Big deer track. I'm gonna go stick the second box up. Show you how to do that one. That one's a little different. There used to be some bees in this camper. This old travel trailer is up the hill from where we're at. There used to be some bees in it, and I was asked if I could get them out. I said no way. It's nasty in there, and you'd have to rip out the old bathroom in there, and I did not. It used to be right in here. Look at that wasp nest. Somebody might have killed them. Who knows? I don't know. No, they'd be flying right now anyway. It's probably 55 by now, so maybe they're gone. Maybe they died out. Hi, this location we can drive to. This is the one where my stand fell out of the tree. There's the nail. What had happened was I did not have good enough fasteners on my board that I'm going to show you in a minute, because I threw these together a few years ago. Just an idea I thought about, and I was trying to find something that I could put in the back of the truck with my cover on when I'm hauling bees home. I wanted to be able to put boxes in, so I made these, and I didn't do good enough fasteners. And good swarm moved in, and in 2 weeks' time built so much comb and had already stacked so much honey in it, it overloaded the stand. Now, my stands are made out of 1/2 inch, which should have been 3/4, but I was cheap, and I didn't do them as well as I should have, so I reinforced them the next year. They held well, did good, caught swarms in them all year long. 3rd year in, I put this one up, and no, I put 2 up. I put one in Livingston. I'm gonna put one there this year too, and it fell. But they survived, and we did a video on cutting them out and fixing them, and they're still alive to this day. Here we go. So what's good about this spot is I can drive to the tree. Here's my stands. I made these years back. I was sitting there thinking about a way I could just use equipment and begin to put bees in equipment from a swarm, where I can just take the box home, yank it off a tree, take the box home, put another box up, if I so choose to put a second box up. I don't always do that. So I came up with these little things. I just stick a hole in the back, hanging on a tree, slide a box on. what I do think I'm going to do is start strapping the box to the tree should something happen. The problem is I'm not using strong enough cabling. Did I buy new cabling this year to do it right? No, I didn't. I do that. So let's simply show you this. Now, it's easy. It's easy. What is there to show you? So, what is there to show you? I take said stand. I walk the tree. I get privet bush out of my face. I open said stand. And I hang said stand on nail. And said stand is now ready for a box. Now I just gotta slide the box up. Again, anybody that follows me knows last year I came up with this. Dirt Rooster was talking a couple years back. He was talking about every time he seems to catch swarms in his yard, they're sitting deep in a medium. Seems to catch huge swarms in them. He's not setting them, they just happen to go in them. So I says to myself, I got these mediums from my buddy in Florida that have holes in them. I can make that the entrance. Block off the bottom board, stick it in the tree. I was asked in a video, the guy watched the video, I forget who the viewer was, he watched it just this week. He watched a swarm video from last year because I guess he's probably getting ready to set swarm traps, and he asked me, how did they do? It did fantastic outside of falling out of the tree. Caught nice sized swarms. A lot of space. So basically I got deep frames and empty space. Let's look. So as we venture into this box, we see the same configuration. Starter strips this time. Now last time I did put all comb in there, but I don't want to use all my comb. I've got a couple hundred frames of comb, but I'm going to need those. So I got starter strip after, and then I've got, of course, I've got this wax eaten up here. This is all frozen wax worms that are in cocoons that died a painful death that I'm happy they're gone. I put a couple of these together to give them something to, you know, they'll clean that out, they'll figure it out, it'll draw them in. Let's just, then actually I put 4 in the middle. Wow, I put a lot in this box. Why did I put so much? So nasty comb. Oh, because it's a 10 frame. The other one was an 8. Haha. Another thing that allows them to have the space is the bottom is empty in the super. I like that. So I'll give them that. And then I'll throw this old nasty one. It's got some pollen in it. I'll throw it over here on the edge. And look, that'll draw a swarm in there. So what's in the bottom? Nothing. And that's a nice big space. So we got this in here. We got this blocking the entrance there. This will be their entrance. They like dark. It's okay if you got a, you know, it's okay if you got a few cracks and crevices. They don't mind that, but they look for them smaller entrances. There's books on it. Tom Seeley talks a lot about it, but again, we're going to bait this the same way. No different. I'm going to take my shop towel, my baggie. I probably need to go that straw method, and I'll tell you why, because when I come back to rebait, I can just throw that straw in there. So this is what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it said to use too much. Well, the reason I do use what I use is because I'm not going to be back for a few weeks. Probably 2 weeks, at least. 2 weeks to 2.5. That's when I get back. Throw a little bit of this in there. I will use the Swarm Commander again on the entrance. I like that because I didn't use the lemongrass. That's good enough. And I'll put a, look, hear that? Oh, look at there. Look at there. Huh? They're already checking it out. Good deal. Now I'll do for everybody else, I'll throw one right down there. That's it. She's baited. Honestly, that old comb does more than anything. So we'll get it on the tree. That's it. There is our swarm box. Now, I put a strap around it. That was a bit of a challenge, reaching up there like that. But I put that strap on it. That should take the tension off of the stand, so we don't have the weight issue. It's good and solid. I threw that stick back there to kind of level it out, but I think that's good. You see, we already had bees checking it out. I don't like my stick. There we go. So that's it. It looks good. I like what I'm seeing with that. Should have built those stands a little more robust, but that's all right. They'll catch. So folks, I have got to go now. I'm done. That's my 2 boxes. I hope that gives you a good understanding of what I do and how I catch them. And I've been successful with swarms. I've been pretty successful with them, and I've been skunked a few times, of course, here and there. I used screen bottoms one time and put the chloroplast in the bottom, and I got skunked on one of those one time. That obviously is, that whole being dark thing definitely is a fact. I've caught one with the panel in the bottom, but it was a late swarm. Probably had nowhere else to go. Probably all the good places were taken by the early spring swarms. So. And as I said yesterday, season is upon us. Here, pretty soon, we're gonna be getting after it. Got a couple weeks before it's gonna really get busy, and evaluations all begin. See who's gonna get split in March and what's gonna go on. So it's getting busy. We're in the season, guys. We're in the season. So, all right. Well, look, that's gonna be it for now. I surely appreciate all you guys watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you don't mind. Of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to share this video with friends, family, anybody that just enjoys watching bees. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do bees. We're doing swarm traps. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, and may God bless you. We'll see y'all later.